Welcome, Gemini. This is Regina from Pacific Tarot, and I'm getting ready to do your August general monthly read. This is intended as meditation, a way into looking at your own questions, concerns, interests, challenges. This is not me externally giving you anything that you don't already possess within you. And this is meant to support you in looking more deeply at things, where your triggers are, where you can expect to be able to move more freely and more comfortably into the present energy of abundance and love that is available to all of us. So for your overall energy, Gemini, you have the Six of Jades, which is a beautiful card that talks about your ability to keep things in balance, to keep things in flow. This card in some decks has a scale, actually, that the main character is holding up, and it's almost a reiteration of the main person, the giver, and two people who are in receipt, one or the other, of whatever the largesse that's being given. And so here you are in a position to mediate, to manage the flow of resources because of your integrity, because of your understanding of the bigger picture. There is a certain element of selflessness and understanding that things that benefit others benefit you, and things that benefit you benefit others. And you are a kind of walking mantra model of this idea that abundance is amplified by the more people that participate in it. Underneath the deck is the Servant, or the Page of Wands. And here you are bringing like a real innocence, a real freshness, a real truthfulness, honesty to this role that you inhabit, this role as sharer, giving out, making sure that everyone has enough, that it is fair, it is equitable, it is balanced. And there's a real honesty and straightforwardness in your approach to that, that inspires others, that motivates others, and that others trust. They know that you're for real, that this is authentic. This isn't a this isn't a bait and switch tactic, which many of us are all too jaded regarding. I'm going to pull a crystal oracle card. This is a different deck than the one I usually use, and I pulled the Tiger's Eye, and this is focusing on the sacral chakra. This is the second chakra, and this is where we experience the world through our sensory perception. This is where we have our feelings, our sensations. This is where creativity percolates. We experience the world sensually, sexually. The key word, unsurprisingly, is passion. Turn your fear of change into excitement for change. It feels like you're very much on this very even vibe of generosity, of trusting in your ability to give and receive, to know how to negotiate that in a way that centers your needs and desires, but is comfortable, available, transparent, and is a starting place for negotiations that everyone agrees to. And it's almost as though you're modeling and starting out this negotiation, this contract with others, because you understand and can express your vision. This is always forgetting the general disclaimer. This will not resonate for all Geminis, for all of you viewers. If you find that it does, please like this video. You can share this if you feel it would be helpful for others. And subscribe to my channel, Pacific Tarot. It is very important to my ability to move forward so that more people can hear my messages. And I'm working very hard so that this is a possibility or a likelihood. There is other information in the description box that you can access if you need it. But I thank you in advance for your time that you're spending with me. In the 10th house, this is the way others see you, the way you identify in your collective spaces, your job, your home even, your community. The Warrior of Pentacles is the planner. You are focused on the vision, and you're looking at not so much the details of the vision. You've got a general direction that's setting you out towards some kind of abundance, experienced through practical resources that are available to all. But you're really looking for the next step. What's the next thing to do? What is the plan or the proposal? What's the process that needs to be followed? And I'm going to institute that. I'm going to name that so others can follow me. Others understand what we're working towards together. But I will be the manager. I'll be the way shower. And I'm open to learning as I go along. So I'm depending on my collective and community members to inform me, to keep me up to date, to provide input so that we're working collectively, not on the basis of one person's intelligence, but on the basis of a group agreement. In the first house, we have the Seven of Swords, and this is sort of your attitude. So it's interesting because I'm seeing your sense of being mislabeled, misunderstood, criticized unfairly as part of what I feel that you're almost defending yourself against. So in your efforts to make sure that others are included, you're also selecting your battles. You're recognizing that everybody can't be pleased, and that really your job primarily is to articulate your needs, your interests, to share your vision, your idea. And you recognize that not everybody's going to want to go along with that, and you're good with that. You're not relying on the customary or familiar places for support, but you know that your idea is good enough that you can find people who will support you, and you're okay with that. It's not that you're not listening to the feedback that you're getting, even the feedback that is not intended to be constructive. You're listening to everything, aware overall that whenever someone sets out on a path of success or achievement in pursuit of a goal, that there are always people that are finding fault with the very effort of moving towards success, moving outside of one's comfort zone at all. And you're aware that that is to some degree what you're dealing with here. People that just are comfortable where they're at, even if it's not a comfortable place. And you are challenging that by providing opportunities to do things different, to move in a new, fresh direction, and to be open to learning new things. In the fourth house, the house of your home, your soul, your goals, your foundation rather, not your goals, we have the Moon card. And this is particularly critical because you're very aware that you're moving towards an area, an unknown area, an unknown field. Perhaps your vision is something that is still unknown in all of its detail to you. Perhaps you're interested in solving a mystery, finding out why something hasn't been moving in the expected direction, or where the resistance is truly coming from others and even from within yourself. So you are making sure to cultivate this space of a stillness in your life where you can have time to observe your own actions, thoughts, and behaviors, and what of those are inconsistent with what you say you want to accomplish, what you consciously believe yourself moving towards. What are the habits that you have? What are the routines and patterns that you have that are working at cross purposes? And you're taking the time to explore those, get into those, acknowledge those, grieve those in some cases, and release them. The dream realm, when you sleep, is such a positive and powerful time for you to ask yourself, your guides, your prayers for the insight, for the information that you need, what it is you need to be open to, and to use that meditation space, however it's constructed in your life, to really explore what it is that you fear. In the seventh house of your significant others, the Four of Swords is describing a place of rest and respite for you after many challenges, many difficulties or obstacles that you have overcome. You've survived them. Sometimes there's a feeling of what just happened. It has been so all-encompassing and enveloping that you need a moment to step back, brush yourself off, and recognize that you just got through something or a series of somethings that many haven't made it through. Many haven't survived. Many haven't been able to go the distance. Many were not able to go back home. And in recognition of that, you are taking this time to evaluate what you've learned, what you've gained, how you've defined yourself through the overcoming of these obstacles, these challenges. And as a result of that, you've come to the awareness that these things weren't done against you, they were actually done for you. In which case, your sense of gratitude comes from a deep place of recognizing that these harsh experiences made you better. Were part of the preparation for the gratitude that you are in a position to move forward, but also as a spiritual foundation. That if you can move through challenges with grace, you can experience abundance with joy. And it is that place that you understand is from the place from which you are building a sense of integrity, where all experiences, all lessons are integrated into your ability to move forward with grace, with gratitude and appreciation for the abundance that exists in the world, for another chance. I'm going to clarify the Seven of Swords in the first house with the Nine of Pentacles in the second house and the Five of Pentacles in the third house. So, Gemini, you are working once again in a realm of integrity. You have achieved some sense of yourself that is the result of tending your own garden. That is, if I'm extending the metaphor, watering your own interests so that they grow and flourish. Watering those quiet activities that give you a sense of refreshment, replenishment, that nourish you, that keep you interested, that keep you open to new ideas. A place where you can recognize and acknowledge the way that you're investing, considering the reinvestments in what you're doing that's successful and the shifts that are needed to happen for those things that are not moving forward as easily as you would like. It's also this place where you realize the way that you're able to keep yourself in this beautiful place of sovereignty and alignment is because of your independence. Your independence gives you the sense of freedom to pick and choose what is best for you. There's no compromises in your own space of independence. The Five of Pentacles in your third house is indicating again the ways in which the actions that you now cultivate in the present moment challenge the way others have seen you, others have described you, or the way that you were believed to define yourself. You were in condition to see a specific lane as your lane, and you couldn't step outside the lines of that. So in our lifetimes, things have evolved in many ways so that it's quite frequent for people to change occupations, jobs, locations. And so it seems more fluid and more available, but there is something important about understanding what the exchange of energy is. So as you say, that role no longer fits me, I'm open to new roles and I want to go out into the world and really experience things that begin to inform me about what those new opportunities are for me. That can often indicate a huge push against the expectations of others. And that can be pretty traumatizing in and of itself. Think about the experience of a child who has gone through school, done exceedingly well. Their parents have all kinds of expectations, as do community members, about the brilliant college experience this student will have. And the student decides to drop out of high school or to drop out of their first or second year in college and go work for the Peace Corps for an indefinite amount of time. That's one kind of an example of the huge sort of collective trauma that can occur when someone doesn't move according to their assigned roles. And so this can happen in our lives many times, but it does not undo the pattern of resisting what others want of you in the effort to find out what is best for you. So you're changing that. You're changing the way you define yourself ultimately. And the Moon card in the fourth house is clarified by the Six of Pentacles again, a repeat with the Six of Jades in the fifth house and the World card in the sixth house. So here again, there is a tremendous emphasis on your peers, your creative peers. This can be co-workers, this can be family members, people that you have fun with as well as you are productive with. There's a certain space of alignment with this particular group of people, and you're finding yourself really busy readjusting, realigning your friendships in a way that integrates best with the path you're on right now. So you are evaluating, balancing, maneuvering, negotiating, agreeing to new terms of engagement in a way that feels fair, that feels equitable or reciprocal. And this is important in the fifth house where we build things together with others. So there are ways in which we collaborate so that no one is getting ahead of another, as in, for example, the role of a leader, a role that you may be at times perceived in, but as part of a collaboration, everyone has an opportunity to lead from their place of expertise or strength. And this is part of what is on exploration as you move through this better sense of knowing your own desire as the initiation point of all agreements. that you don't overlook your own needs in the desire to harmonize with others. The World card represents an ending of a cycle, and it feels to me as though you're ending a cycle where you struggled against the expectations of others. And that was part of your recognition that you were not or did not desire the things that others did for you, that you're in control of your own experience. And to that end, you have used the lessons learned throughout various relationships to gain the courage and confidence, the skill base to move into a fresh direction, a direction that feels as though it's closer to your own authentic power and expression. And it takes you into a place where you are utilizing all the skills that you've gained along the way. So the World is a beautiful card acknowledging that you have achieved something. You have most likely achieved something in your work life, a way that you have leveled up your self-care, your entire well-being, the well-being that helps to promote efficient and productive body and mind so that you work productively with others. The Four of Swords in the 7th house is clarified by the Knight of Wands in the 8th house. And whoops, there are two cards here. The Ace of Swords and the Eight of Wands in the 9th house. Interesting. So that enthusiasm that was just hinted at here with the Servant of Wands is fully activated when it comes to the ways in which you manage resources, money, tangibles with others, so that you are continuing to pursue this idea of some inspired goal, some heartfelt direction, and you are immensely excited and enthusiastic about it. It almost looks like this is a place where you're leading a team to explore. The end product is not clear, but the direction absolutely is. And so the more you discover, the more clearly you can retool the details of this direction, this goal, but you're learning things along the way to the purpose of expansion, to the purpose of growth. In the 9th house, where you are sharing what you've learned really broadly with the world, it almost feels as though you are developing a record or a document, a lecture, a class, or some kind of a presentation using words or language to share your ideas, your initiatives, the various activities that can invite others to participate in. So this feels like something that is designed to invite others, designed itself to grow and include as many people as possible. This can be opportunities that are arising for you to teach, to create a training, to give information in some way that sets people up to participate in a number of activities. And I can't think of a concrete example at this moment. It certainly could relate to professional training, as an example, preparing people to take a certain exam or set up their own business or move into another level of academia. These are things that are coming to mind. But your message relates to communities familiar and unfamiliar. There's some kind of a universal pathway that you are supporting people on through this information that you're sharing. In the 10th house, the Warrior of Pentacles, the Knight of Pentacles is clarified by the 8 of Pentacles in the 11th house and the Justice card in the 9th house. There's a fair amount of Pentacles here, I would say. Keeping in mind that in the Zoltan deck, the Mayan deck, the greens are jades or pentacles as well. So you have a good mix here. What I don't see is cups. So that always tells me what's missing is probably what is to some degree dominant. There is a dominant need for you to feel better, to unearth your feelings. And there may be a way in which things are moving so quickly, practical decisions need to be made, literal work must be done. And the work ahead of you is very clear. It is nothing short of crispening up all of your skills, your activity, your craft, devoting yourself 100% to improving not only on what you do, but your own self-development. You understand those things are really linked. And the fact that you are ready for success, you're consciously preparing yourself for that. You are making sure that you're ready for the opportunities as you recognize them is a full scale balance that you're achieving. This balance may arise from an awareness of your power, of your agency in your life, as opposed to perhaps coming from a place, maybe a family of origin, perhaps a particularly restrictive job in which you felt as though you worked at the behest of someone else, on their terms, in their way. And this is a part of any child's liberation into the world. But for most of us, it takes more than simply leaving home and getting our own jobs to square with the idea of receiving what we deserve. The idea of deservedness you are demonstrating over and over through your clear and available work ethic in the present moment. You understand what needs to happen as a result of your desire, and it looks as though you're able and willing, open to implementing that in the moment in a way that is agreed on by all that are involved. So the sense of deservedness is one that you perhaps are still struggling with. These are not demons that are easily soothed. So I do believe that you feel in your own quiet space, in your own quiet way, that you have come to a place of deserving, that you come to a place of understanding your value, your worth, and that then becomes the place from which all negotiations occur, rather than a place of responding to what others want you to do. And considering that for many of you, this has been your training, as it has for most of us in our social environment, that we are expected to fulfill something others believe are our talents, long before our talents are fully discovered or exposed, even to us. And this belies a very different experience where you are moving through experiences and gaining knowledge from each and every one, that then confirms your real worth and your real value. I'm going to finish this reading with the Soul's Journey Oracle card and hope that this has been enjoyable for you. And I pull the Freedom card. I love that. I possess the power and the free will to create my own happiness. This really does go back to the idea that you are experiencing a hard-won liberation. This is liberation based on your ability to let go of the control of what other people want, and to focus on what it is you want and what it is you want to do, how your heart is inspiring you based on a real sense of who you are authentically. I hope this reading was helpful. If you enjoyed this content, there's more here. If you enjoyed this reading, certainly please like this reading again. Another reminder, subscribe to my channel. It helps me. It helps the message get out to more people. So until next time, Gemini, namaste.